Hey, I'm Ray Campbell, chairman of the Utah Valley State College Auto Expo and Swap Meet. I want to welcome you out to the 2003 Show and Shine. Have fun.
little black Falcon convertible here behind me, and that was about 15 years ago, and the habit has continued to grow. Right now I've got 10 cars that are completed. They're all Falcons, Fairlanes, and Galaxies. We're a Ford fanatic. We've got this 51 Ford Pro Street car behind you, which has been one of the fun cars to show. We've taken it around the West Coast quite a bit to a number of different shows. It's done really well. It's great people in street rotting and muscle cars, and people put a lot of time and effort in making these pieces of artwork come back to life. It's fun to see them, especially the cars you grew up with.
Yeah. What was it like growing up around all this?
You know, we were having so much fun, we didn't realize that, you know, how great it really was. Now you look back and have so many fond memories of the things you did, dragging Center Street, you know, and doing a little racing on the weekends. And I don't know, it's just, my kids have always said, Dad, it must have been fun growing up in the 60s. And I said, well, you know, it really was. But we've had a lot of fun with restoring some cars, and having a paint shop's been real handy to have that close by to, you know, get all the work done. So I've had a lot of people ask me, you know, how can you have so much fun, you know, beating on these old cars? And I says, well, those that paint pictures probably get the same thrill out of it when they're finished. I mean, a Van Gogh or, you know, whatever it might be, it would just stimulate somebody to no end because it's such a masterpiece. And I guess we strive to do that with cars too, to make them actually better than when they were built, and of course a lot shinier. So and go faster. We can't forget that part of it. So it's fun to bring them back to life.
Found one gas pump at an old tomato farmer who had it laying out in his yard, and I found a diesel pump in Colville. It was taken off because it didn't work anymore, and the guy put a new one on there, and so he said it had no value, so I loaded it in my truck and brought it home. So that's the story.
made a retractable hardtop in 1957. This is one of the first years, and they did them in 8, 58, and 59, and it's just a hardtop convertible. That's about it.
Is it hard to get up and down, or?
Why don't you go run it for me, Cody? Go run it through it. He'll let.
But what I'd like to do is take just a moment. Clay Liston, don't you dare go away. Come here. I want to present you this award. This is straight laced, no funny stuff. He's waiting for the joke. Presented to Clay Liston in appreciation for your 15 years of dedication to the UVSC car show. And this guy here has been responsible for bringing a national type automotive swap meet to Utah. They don't come any bigger, any better, and it's because of Clay. You have key figures, and Ray Campbell has got to be the key figure. He has been behind the scenes and he does not receive pay for doing this. Ray, this is to you from all of us out here, because without you being here, we wouldn't be here.
He always complains about that. You don't walk in front of the...
Yeah. This is presented, bring me back up. Presented to Ray Campbell in appreciation for his 15 years of dedication to the UVSC car show. And Ray, the bottom line tells it all. Where you go, we go.
Thanks, JC. I really do work hard at this show. It's kind of part of my life, so I try to be organized. I try to keep things in order. I know we make mistakes once in a while. We do the wrong thing, and I do try to take care of those problems and keep the show going in the right direction. I do it because it's for cars. I do it because I love the people. I love the cars. I do it because of scholarships. If it wasn't going to a cause I didn't believe in, I didn't think I wouldn't be doing the show. So, but anyway, I appreciate all of you out there. I want to thank you for this. It's a great deal, and I give him a hug, but then he'd probably want to kiss me. So I'm going to go back over and get the awards that he's so.
And now we'll do the last one, which is a jacket and the President's Cup along with the jacket. So, Val, do you want to do it, or do you want me to? Okay, President's Cup goes to entry number 306, Randy Oliver, 1932 Ford Coupe. There we go, right there. Congratulations. What? that's all, folks. Hope you had a great day. We'll see you next year. Time to cruise.
Years ago down in Nephi, Utah, and it's been all over the country. I took it all the way up to Alaska and all the way down to Florida and back up here.
So that's where you got the plates, huh?
That's where I played it. They have a 2-year plate up there. I played it up there in Alaska. And I've been traveling around the country and put it in these car shows around different parts of the country.
Fun to drive?
It's kind of fun to drive. Yeah, it turns a lot of heads, had a lot of compliments. It's been a fun car.
Tell me about it.
Yes, it's my dad bought it, and they didn't have one in Provo, so I had to go down to Nephi and pick it up for him. And I was the first one to drive it and probably be the last one to drive it. It's been in the family since it was new.
It's a beauty. How much do you have to do to keep it up like that?
Well, really didn't have to do too much, just paint it.
Uh-huh.
It's the bed's original, and it's all the parts have all been original on it, still are. At one time, it held the D-stock record up at the drags for a while.
Is that right?
Yeah, my dad didn't know about that.
Oh, you took
for
it
a
out.
while later.
Ah.
But it's been a fun one to have, and turns a lot of heads once in a while.
What's the best part about it you like?
Well, I just like the design of it. It's kind of a standard design that's going to be a classic for quite some years to come.
We found it in a vacant field in Manti, Utah, covered with snow. Completely rusted out. Nothing on it worked. Every nut, bolt, screw has been changed or rebuilt. The boy here did all the body work and paint on it himself. Started on it 3 days before his 14th birthday and finished it just a few days ago. Still a little bit of work to do. It's been a labor of love.
I'll say 56, beauty.
Yeah, we've tried hard. We've tried really hard.
What's your favorite part about it?
Working with my son. Just we've done this all together, and like I say, he's done just every nut or bolt screw on the car. He can tell you where it came from and where it went in and how come it went in. And, it's just been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
85.
That's great.
And I've been working on it.
1985? That long? Wow.
Now, I bought it up there in Seattle. I brought it down here.
How rough was it when you bought it?
It was pretty rough. Back end was all smashed in.
Oh, wow.
So, some guy bought it for his daughter, and she backed it into a pole.
Oh.
Anyway, I've been working on it ever since.
Bringing it to this show very long?
Yeah, I've been taking it to cruise nights. I'll pull that out. If you don't have this extra piece here, you can reach back there to pull the hood release. But with this on here, you have to have this here, or otherwise you can't get your hood open. The dog I found in Hawaii at an antique store. Paid about $40 for that dog, so I figured it's old, so it's worth it. I haven't seen one since.
The guy put it in there, and I begged him to sell it, and he did. Now he's balling to get it back. But no, we're not going to turn loose of it. It's too nice of a rig.
This is your baby, huh?
You bet it is. '66 Charger, had it for a couple of years. Worked on the interior, the motor, and it's a lot of fun.
How long have you had it?
2.5 years. And it's never finished. There's always something that you can do to it.
Right. What's your favorite part about it? What do you like the best?
The motor, the chrome, cleaning it.
We made mention a minute ago.
It means fat chance.
In what language?
Latin.
Latin.
1941 Ford Phantom Woody. That means it was never a Woody before. It was built from a 2-door coupe from the ground up. It's one of the Cache Valley giveaway cars. I got it 6 years ago. And it's big block Ford. Everything's Ford except the steering column, which is General Motors. 40 shifts, sedan delivery. It's got all Chevrolet running gear, 350 with a 3-speed overdrive transmission. Pretty much stock on the body and everything else. Put a Nova subframe under it, power disc brakes. We just enjoy driving.
It's a 96 Dodge Viper GTS. The GTS comes stock with 450 horsepower. The blue with the white is the classic color, I think. They only made them in 96 and 97. They don't make that color anymore. And for a factory car under $100,000 stock, it's pretty well the king. And it has the widest tires, most aggressive look, V10 engine, which is pretty unusual. And if you want to modify them, there's a lot of things available and a lot you can do to them. They hold their value well, and so they're not a bad investment either, and they're a lot of fun to drive.
50 shift, 3100. Got a 400 small block, 350 turbo trans. 9-inch rear end in it. Got some 33 22.5 tires on the back. Camaro front end. Fun to drive.
You make it yourself?
Me and my brother-in-law. Yeah, we assembled it. Built all the parts for it. Built the framework.
What's the best part of it, or are there too many?
Driving it. It's the best part.
You actually drive it. You don't leave it parked.
Well, on sunny days we drive it. You don't drive it out in the mud.
Right.
on rainy days it stays in the garage.
A Ford with a Chevy in it?
A Ford with a Chevy in it.
Wait, it's a 40?
Yeah, that's what keeps them running, put a Chevy in it.
You have to say that because you're on a Chevy lot?
No, I sell anything I can make money on. I'm not particular. A lot of fun. UVSC show in '83 it was in it. That's when we finished it up. Took about 6 years. I was a boat dealer then, so it took, quite a bit of time to get it done. But it's a lot of fun. And the paint job's 20 years old, and it shows. kind of beat up, but we drive it and have fun with it.
The old classic coupe, boy, it's beauty.
Ford 302 Mustang in it, and a 9-inch Ford rear end, and just about everything on it that you can see is chrome. And, it does move. It is fast, but it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun with it.
It's a 65 Thunderbird. It's all original, never been restored. Never been in a body shop. It's how it was since the day I bought it. Great little car, cruises great. It's fun to take out and show.
Giveaway stuff to do, and
65 Chevy Caprice.
And he really cares about it. And
It's got
that's
the
what's made it fun
327
is
with
you get a sponsor that really cares
Chris, for what he's
Power
doing.
Glide
So
2-speed in it.
Fred's going to be out here
All
asking,
original.
he's got a Fred Barber
only had it
choice.
for
He'll be
3
out here
months.
picking his own car in just probably 15, 20 minutes. So that's why
I restored it myself. How long? I've had it. How long did it take me to restore it? Yeah, about 3 months. I bought it. I got the best price anybody could ever pay for one because I only gave $1,000 for it. And I've got a total of $4,000 in it. And I've had it for 10 years.
What year was it?
34 Ford, 3-window coupe. All Ford running gear, Mustang rack and pins, steering, 302 Ford, engine, automatic transmission. And it is for sale.
I don't think my MasterCard goes that high.
Oh yeah, but you could use a couple of them, can't you? Yeah, I got 10,000 miles on it. I've driven it everywhere it goes. Goes to Elko, Nevada. Goes to all of the car shows, all of the rod runs in the county. Yeah, it's a really fun car.
Got so many trophies you had to build 2 fireplaces.
Well, I got it. Trophies are just dust collectors now. Chopped the top on this 4 inches.
Wow. And it all fits together.
Oh, you have to make it fit, yeah. And you have to have all the windows cut. You have to cut the doors, stretch them out, make everything fit right back the way it's supposed to. Like I said, I've been building these for a long time. I'll probably build them until the day I die. That's enough for me.
Where do you get the dash for this kind of thing?
They come with them. That's a stock dash, but I painted it.
Uh-huh.
See, I done all the bodywork, all the painting, wiring, motor, trans, rear end. The only thing I didn't do was the upholstery. I'm trying to learn how to do that right now.
Uh-huh.
And I went to Trade Tech, the UVSC. It was Utah Technical College at the time.
Yeah.
In the 70s.
So what, he said you put a lot of miles on it.
Yep, 13,000 in a year. Got what, 45,000 on it for 4 years. We're doing okay. The only time he slows down is for air and tires. Gas. Yeah.
Take a few shots of it here.
Hey, again, a reminder on registration, if you've not had a chance to register, tonight is a free cruise night. Compliments of Barber Brothers.
1932 Ford. Working on it for about 4 years. It's got a Westcott's body, and it's got a frame that was built up in Salt Lake by Jerry Lockhart. It's got a small block Chevy, 330 horsepower Chevy engine in it. It's a crate engine. 700 R4, 4-speed transmission with automatic overdrive. 9-inch Ford rear end, 411 gears. Still working on it. It's a lot of fun. What else do you want to know? Painted it in the garage. Put it all together in the garage. The upholstery was done up in Salt Lake. The frame and exhaust are the only things that it left the garage for. Everything else was done right in the house.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ray Campbell. This is a 1955 Chevrolet 210, and it's got a Chevy 383 in it, which is a small block 350 with 400 crank, and it's got the old Muncie 4-speed. It's kind of what I have when I grew up. So when you get older, you just go back to what you had, what was fun for you. But anyway, it still moves pretty good, and it's a fun car to drive.
Name's Herm Russler from Riverton, Utah, and we're here to represent 50 years of Corvette at the Orem Auto Show, and we're gearing up for the 50th anniversary of Corvette, going back to Nashville and Bowling Green in Caravan. We're going to be leaving here on the 23rd of June with about 450 cars that have come from the coast. We'll be leading them off to Denver and then Kansas City, and then on to Nashville. I've been involved with the Corvette Club for 10 years. I've served as Vice President South for 4. My wife and I are in the ambassadors to the Corvette Museum for the state of Utah to represent our club. And we just do a lot of car shows and have a lot of dinners. We do a lot of dinners, a lot of drive little tours, and just have a good time. That's what we're here for. This car is it's called a C5 series. It's a 1997. This is the first year for this body style. The one next to it's a C4. They're in generations 1 through 5 so far. Coming out with a C6 next year, hopefully, which will be another generation of Corvette, different body style. We haven't really seen the car in person, so we don't know what it's going to look like. Hopefully, when we get to Bowling Green, they'll have some pictures to show us what the car is going to be like. The wheels are the 2000 wheels, or the upgraded wheels, and this is a 6-speed. Top speed of this car, respectively, should be about 175, although I've never had it up to that speed. I obey the speed limit, right? Fantastic fuel mileage. Even though we pull this little trailer, this is our trunk. We average about 26 miles to the gallon pulling the trailer. So without the trailer, respectively, 32 miles to the gallon without any load. So they're a phenomenal race car, if you want to call it that. Good gas mileage. Just an all-American sports car.
Hello, George Rushton from Brigham City, Utah. We belong to the Corvette Club of Utah. They're featuring the Corvettes this year because they've been in production for 50 years. And the 50th anniversary car is here, if they find it later. This happens to be a 40th anniversary car. When you're married 40 years, you get rubies. And so they made the car ruby red. Red interior, red top. And we found this motorcycle trailer that pretty well matches the car for shape, and it really helps when you have a convertible because there's no place to put your stuff. We made several trips back to Kentucky and found out we had to have more room. We've always been motorcycle riders and found that we think we'd rather be in a car now that we're getting on in age. So with the top down, we get the same effect without the helmets, and it's a lot of fun for us this way. Looks like I've left some wax on the wheel, but we got another half hour getting ready, so I'm still within boundaries. I've got 88,000 miles on the car, so we did get it to use it. The worst that can happen is we'll wear it out and have to get a newer one, which won't be a bad plan. But I don't know much more to tell you. The car has 300 horsepower, which is standard for the 93. There's about 150 members in the Corvette Club of Utah, and anybody watching this without being a member and has a Corvette, you're welcome to join. You can find us on the website.
This car here is a 2002 paint. They only had this paint for 2 years, and then they discontinued it this year of 2002. It's magnetic red, metallic, and you won't see too many around because they've only had it for 2 years. Had an additional cost for this paint originally. The car, this is my 12 Corvette. Corvette grew up with, in fact. I've been a Corvette person since 1953 when they first were introduced. This year is the 50th anniversary. So, along with 12 different Corvettes through the years, I've been pretty well acquainted with the performance of a great sport Corvette. Going to Kentucky at the factory for and also the Corvette Museum. We're going there in June. 10,000 Corvettes when we get there. We're going to leave Salt Lake on the 22nd of June, and we'll join people there in Oregon, Seattle, Boise, San Francisco and Rio, all come to Salt Lake, I believe, on the morning of the 23rd. That's about all I can say about Corvettes. There's one thing about it, you've got to love them or hate them. There's no in between. And the people that like them, they think they're the greatest sport in the world. And I do too. I think they're a great American sport. They are the only, well, they're one more car that is now a sport car, but they've been the only true sport car in America for years.
Ron Nacarado, I'm the Vice President of the Corvette Club of Utah, and I own a 2002 convertible, Millennium Yellow. It's pretty well standard of the rest of the Corvettes. They make changes about every 8 to 10 years. This happens to be a C5. It's a lot of fun. It's the American heritage, and it's just American's car. It's just a wonderful thing to drive. We have a lot of fun in what we do. We take a lot of road trips. We have probably 156 members, and we travel throughout the United States. This year is the 50th anniversary of the Corvette. We're going back to Bowling Green in Nashville, Bowling Green, Kentucky, and Nashville, Tennessee. We're going back and enjoy the celebration for the 50th year, which started in 1953. And it's my wife is the president of Corvette Club. She has a 2002 Coupe, which is magnetic red. Other than that, it's just a lot of fun and everybody's dream, I guess. I just lived it.
It's a 66 Corvette. It's got it's sunfire yellow with the black standard, which means vinyl in the GM parlance, interior and top. It has 90,000 original miles, but I've spent the last 6 years rebuilding the car and refinishing it back. I'm a member of the National Corvette Restorer Society, and they have a very specific set of judging standards, trying to bring the cars back as much as possible to the factory correct when it left the factory. This car is a 97+% correct car. At the national level, it's almost 97%. So there are very few pieces of it, including screws, bolts, and right down to the hubcaps that aren't absolutely correct. It's a great car to drive. It's got a 4-speed, the mid-powered engine in it. It's 327, 350 horsepower, and it's a great car.
My name is John Codner. I grew up around cars. My dad was a mechanic. My two brothers were mechanics. And I've always been into the muscle cars, Chevrolet, whatever. I've got 3 Chevelles, and I've loved them. I've always loved cars with a lot of horsepower, and I always thought, why would people buy an expensive sports car like a Ferrari? Because there's so much money. And well, all the guy had to do is let me drive it, and then I understood. There's nothing like the drive of a Ferrari, the power, the feel. That's the thing that everybody says in all the articles, the feel. There's nothing like the feel of a Ferrari. When you get in the seat, you feel the car, you feel the motor, you feel the power. And their handleability, the power, the speed, there's no way to describe it. It's just, you got to experience it. And that's what all the magazines say. It is the feel and the sound and the performance of Ferrari.
All right, this is a 4-door Cavalier, 99. It's got a drift kit, full body. It's got a warm air intake, and it's got Corbeau racing seats and a little bit of dress up. It's got a tack, and it's got a header, exhaust.
Tell me about the horsepower, how fast this mother will go.
It probably runs 18 or so. It's not too fast.
Not too fast?
Nah, they're not too fast. Right here's a 98 Pontiac Sunfire.
Okay.
It's got wires, cold air intake, exhaust, rims. Looks all right. That's about it.
It's
built this in about 9 years ago. It's a 1948 Chevy Fleetline. I've actually did a two-tone candy on it. It's candy apple red. And over the years, I've chromed and gold the whole inside of the motor. The motor's 42,000 miles, and it's completely chrome now. I did no modifications to it. What I did was keep my car simple because I like the originality of the look. And later down the years, I gold-plated, did the gold leaf this year, actually, and the pinstriping just to add some more definition and detail to it. I've had art by Alex do the custom murals on the visor and on the trunk, and I've been featured in Lowrider magazine and also took numerous awards of the car and had it for a while now.
What do you love most about this car?
I think what I like the most about it is the attraction it gets from the people, because it could be in any show and just fit in.
You get a lot of attention there.
A lot of attention, yeah.
Okay, this is a 1969 Firebird. It's owned by Jim and Sheila Hockett. We've had the car for about 6 years. The color on the car is called a Indus-Chirot. It's a Porsche red color. My husband's done most of the restoration on it. Everything but the paint and the body work. He's redone the interior and most of the engine work, everything else. Why we love the car so much is the 69s particularly are very rare. You can find parts for 67s and 68s. They seem to be available, but finding the parts for this car was extremely difficult, took some time and effort. The other reason we like it is because it's not a Camaro.
Hello, I'm Mike. This is my 57 Chevrolet. I've got about 2.5 years building it. I put about $25,000 into it in probably 3.5 years work. Started from the ground up with a frame off restoration, and now it's done. I'm happy I've got it. It's basically a stock car with, I've done a lot of modifications to the engine and the frame, and different wheels and different suspension, stuff like that.
All right, this is my dad's 25 Buick. It was bought in '91. He's been working on it. I helped him a little bit. My sisters helped him. I helped him put in this roof texture, and he put the upholstery in by himself. He bought his own sewing machine and did everything. When he bought it, it was just scrap metal and termites. It was held together basically by termites holding hands. So it was in pretty bad condition, and he took all the sheet metal off and used the wood as patterns to recreate some of the wood. He changed the floor patterns a bit, and he also, in the top part, the entire texture up here is just one entire plank of wood, instead of having screws put it together in a cross-section pattern.
My name is Larry Stevens, and this is a 1923 Model T Ford C-Cab. It's been slightly modified, considerably modified actually. It's running a small block Chevy 400 cubic inch, 480 horsepower, turbo 350 transmission with a 411 positive traction rear end. It is a TCI frame and an Anderson Industries body on it. The bodies were made in 1966. And there was only 300 of these styles made, and a pretty rare little car. I'm running VDO gauges in it, full instrumentation, and the car will reach speeds capable of about 126.25 miles. And as you can see, it's a lot of work to keep it clean, a lot of chrome. Unfortunately, it's not covered, so that when you drive it, everything gets dirty, and you have to clean just about everything on it. So, a lot of work, but a lot of fun.
It's kind of to reproduce the GT40, but they are producing them if you could buy one. They're going in production next week, they said, but they're only going to produce 3 the first year. They're going to be extremely hard to come by. That's a mower. They're raising them at almost 700 horse.
They're fair with Corvettes if you get on that limited mileage.
They must be racing in some real auto races and stuff. And
it's just a nostalgia reproduction.
I see.
It's modeled after the original GT40s. That's what they did. That was the first American.
Playing the UVU.
Thanks for coming out to UVSC Classic Car Show today. Some of the exhibits you don't want to miss out on. Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company is here out of Dearborn, Michigan. They're here for the centennial anniversary celebration of the Ford F-150, the 2004 model, and the Ford GT. Local Ford dealers.
This right here is a standard stock blue PT Cruiser, and you'll notice that most of us have personalized license plates. This is Barb Jensen's. Ours is also the same Patriot blue, but we've added these little Appleton spotlights, chrome spotlights. We've got 59 Cadillac tail lights on it. You'll notice that a lot of our members have different kinds of tail lights. Here's a 59 Cadillac tail light. And there's the stock tail lights on Barb's cruiser there. This is Donna's car here. It's got the flames on it. She won an award with it in Malad 2 weekends ago. We won an award last weekend in Bountiful with our car, tail lights, and toys. Have all kinds of toys. This is Frank Delgado's car. He's got low-profile tires and big, I think, 20-inch rims. He's got the chrome lake pipes, a stereo outfit that won't quit, DVD player on the dashboard, and his car says scraping. This is Sherman Anderson. He's an old-timer. That's what he's got on his license plate. He's had a custom paint job done on it. Still has the stock tail lights. But he also has a different custom grill on it. He's got ghost flames on the side and come out even down on the little skirt here. And this is Mike and Tana Zimski's. And they've got a chrome frame here and chrome bumpers. He got a chrome cover here on his gas cap. The rims are stock, but he's decorated them with these PTs and PT on the valve stem cover. And here's Mike Zimski that owns this beautiful car. He's had these little chrome accents put on his car too. He's got a really nice bug shield on the front. And that's mostly where the car chips, is in the front there from gravel. He's got a beautiful chrome bumper on the front. This here is Dave Hinshaw's car. And he took first place at Peach Days, one of the biggest car shows in Utah last year, with his flames and just all the accents to it. It's beautiful. Let's see. What do you have on your plates? Oh, PT Cruise. Yeah. Oh, under the hood is beautiful.
What does it take to do all that color work under the hood?
Little time and imagination. Yeah.
And you did all the color? It was painted. I did the color on the inside. It's a louvered battery box that I had made. And pinstriping and everything I just did myself.
That's impressive.
Lives kind of by mine.
95th stop at 4800 West.
Took me about 8 months to build it, and it's got a 460 in it with 560 horse. It drives really well. I have power steering, power brakes, hidden stereo system, heater, and as far as easy to build, they're not real hard, but they're a little bit of a challenge, but lots of people could do it that way. But,
I could probably open the box.
Yeah, you can probably open the box. It does come in a big crate, 14 feet long, 6 feet wide, and 42 inches tall, and they send it out from Massachusetts is where the company is. A little ways out of Boston, about an hour or so out of Boston. They're pretty good guys. That Factory 5 is the '1 kit Cobra manufacturer, I guess you could call them, of all. They sell more kits than everyone else combined.
1933 Ford Roadster pickup, 1 of 5 built. I've got Corvette engine, Corvette rear end. Little Roadster pickup.
How long have you had it?
I've owned that for 3 years now. Took me 2 years to do it.
You did all of it, huh?
Yeah, 2 years. I had some work. I needed a lot of help with it. Had a couple of 3 friends that helped me a little bit here and there, you know. And I had it upholstered and so forth. Putting it together was all, tearing it apart, putting it all back together. It took me 2 years.
Wow. Let me take a shot of you and your shirt there.
Okay.
How about all your shirts?
All right, that thing actually works, huh? It's a 1953 Chevrolet Bel Air convertible. It took me about 2 years to build it. It's been finished since the year 2000. And it's got an LT1 Corvette engine in it with a 4L60E transmission. It's got airbags on all 4, and it's just a real fun car. I like to drive it, and I'm kind of halfway proud of it.
It's a 63 Studebaker Avani. I finished it in 98. It got a 350 Chevy in it, 700 R4 transmission, 9-inch Ford. It's just a show car.
Registration's right here underneath the screen, the white canopy. Pre-registration and registration.
I don't know what else to say.
How long have you had it, you say?
About 5 years.
What's the most favorite thing about it?
Driving it.
You like to drive, not and show, huh?
Yeah.
It's a 35 Cabriolet convertible. It's got a 350 Chevy Ramjet with 350 horse. Has a 700R transmission. Has 9-inch rear end. The whole body has a TCI frame underneath it. It's just completed it this year, so it's a brand new car for me. It took me 3 years to build it. And the top folds down. It's got the rumble seat in it. Rolls down the road pretty good. So,
how could you find something like this?
I found it in Iowa. Had to go all the way back to Iowa to get it. It was sitting on a farm back in Iowa. So
through an ad or?
No, I found it in Hemmings. And,
Hemmings. Okay.
Yeah, and it was all in pieces. So I went back and picked it up in a trailer and brought it back and started working on it. So, been a fun work.
It's a 1936 Ford. Flatback, and I've had it about a year and a half now. Just got it finished and brought it here from Tennessee.
All the way from Tennessee?
All the way from Tennessee. And I'm back out here to stay for a while. And it's got a Z06 Corvette engine with a 6-speed transmission. On the dyno, it pushes out 478 horses at the rear wheels. My wife says I'm a jack of all trades, but not good at anything.
that the way they came?
No, I handmade them.
You handmade that, huh?
See how this curves down?
Yeah.
Put the license plate in there. This is to jump start it or charge the battery. It's in the trunk. You don't have a trunk lid. And the taillights are horn grills.
Did you make that lift like that?
Cardboard floor mats. It's even got my Slim Fast in the top hole.
Somewhat built. He didn't like how it was built, so he tore it apart. This is what become of it. In fact, we got pictures up there in the front of the truck that he originally bought. It's a 37 Chev with a fully blown 350 in it, turbo 400 automatic trans, Ford 9-inch rear end, Mustang 2 front suspension.
Ruster Rods is Utah's newest hot rod super. These calendars feature all of the local cars. Pictures on the calendar. It is a nice little calendar put out by the Ruster Rods Corporation. Tell me, who does this next group, and you've got yourself a calendar?
Some old grandma that kept it pretty nice and thought it would be a nice car, and we did the paint job again, but that's about it. We didn't have to do much else to it. Just gave it a little cleanup, and that's how it turned out.
34 Packard Super 8 Coupe Roadster, and it was restored in 1975, and I bought it about 5 years ago out of Washington State.
There's so many things on it to look at.
Yeah.
You want the hood up? What's your name? Steven Spielberg?
Personal friend of mine.
Oh, yeah?
I'm sorry you've exceeded the number of pistons allowed by law. Beautiful. You could have your lunch in there. It is so clean.
The best airbrush artist in the world.
What's his name?
Craig Fraser. World famous. And he did the flat. We did it after 9/11. And it's his creation. It came out real nice. We're really happy with it.
Oh, it's a beautiful paint job.
Thank you.
It's 1941 Mercury convertible. It's built on a 70 Chevelle frame, Chevy V8 engine, automatic transmission, air conditioning, power steering. Took me 9 years to build it. It has a 6-speaker CD in it, all the trimmings. And the Model A is a 30 Model A, all steel. It's got a Chevy small block engine, automatic transmission. It's built. It has a Mustang 2 front end, Mustang rear end, rack and pinion steering, tilt wheel, power disc brakes, the works.
What's the plan?
block engine in it. It's a turbo 350 trans, 8-inch Ford rear end. Build all the mounts myself, the bars, get all the paint, have the paint, buddy do the paint, have the rear end all chrome. So 7 months from start to finish.
Wow.
To have it fully frame up.
Yeah. I know about the car.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's a 1950 Studebaker Champion, Starlight Coupe. I bought it about 7 years ago, and it was in pretty bad shape. But we've put it back together, and it's looking pretty good now. Hi, Vegas, Nevada, to St. George, to Mesquite.
My car is a 1948 Studebaker Land Cruiser, which was the top-of-the-line model for 48. It's a 4-door extended wheelbase. The car was built in Los Angeles and sold to a fellow in Seattle. And I bought the car from him about 10 years ago. Gave it a paint job, otherwise the car is pretty original. The seats, the interior, the headliner is all still like it came from the factory.
Roger Hull. M. Smith, Marvin May, 267.
Ford convertible. We've had it about 5 years. It's a daily driver. We just drive it all over and have a good time in it. That's about all I know about it.
Neon Talk from Matt. We got, he's supported the show, so having you. So let's push the cars, we're around local cars. We get the next time, with the DJ